Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into a topic that I believe can truly transform your life, especially if you are a student or you work on projects that requires deadlines. The topic today is about overcoming a disorganized mind, which can sometimes be diagnosed as ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Today we will talk about how you can use your disorganized mind or ADHD as a springboard for success in school, work, and life. Imagine this. You are sitting in class or at work, watching the clock tick, feeling the pressure, building as another assignment or task slips through your fingers. You've promised yourself to get organized, to stay focused, but no matter how hard you try, your mind seems to go in 100 different directions all at once. Worst of all, you find yourself constantly playing catch up. You feel like the clock is always working against you. No matter how hard you try to focus, you always get distracted. And despite all the energy you put into your school, work, or career, it always feels like there's a barrier between you and success. If you have ADHD or know someone who does, this feeling might sound all too familiar. ADHD isn't just about being easily distracted. It's a unique way of experiencing the world that can make learning, working, and even everyday tasks feel like an uphill battle. But what if I told you that there's a way to turn that struggle into strength, a way to harness the potential of the ADHD mind to excel, not just survive in school, at work, and in life? Today, we're diving into a journey of transformation, a journey outlined by Nancy Ratey in her life-changing book, The Disorganized Mind, coaching your ADHD brain to take control of your time, tasks, and talents. This book is about taking control and using ADHD as a springboard for success in school, work, and life. In The Disorganized Mind, Nancy Ratey introduces the concept of self-coaching as a powerful tool for individuals with transforming what can feel like a daily struggle with time and tasks into an achievable path towards success. Right from the beginning, Ratey aims to shift the narrative around ADHD from one of frustration and self-criticism to one of self-awareness and empowerment. As she puts it, self-coaching isn't just about developing strategies to manage ADHD. It's about transforming the way you see yourself. Ratey, who is a professional ADHD coach and has personal experience with ADHD, uses her book to share practical tools and strategies aimed at fostering self-control, time management, and organization. She emphasizes that ADHD individuals can cultivate life-changing habits and achieve goals through focus, incremental adjustments, and self-coaching techniques. Moving forward in this video, we're going to see just how powerful the principles from this book can be to the stories of two individuals, Emma and Jake. We will explore what happens when you take control of ADHD and what happens when you don't. Emma discovered the disorganized mind and turned her academic life around, ultimately becoming a leader in her field. Jake, however, struggled without guidance, facing setback after setback both in school and later in his career. Their journeys show us the power of this approach and what it can mean for anyone with ADHD. So, whether you're a student trying to improve your grades, a young professional navigating the workplace, or just someone curious about how ADHD can impact learning and success, join us Let's explore the principles that helped Emma transform her life and learn why ADHD doesn't have to be a barrier. It can be a stepping stone or to incredible achievements. Listen to the end to get the practical strategies and real-life examples from the Disorganized Mind that can help anyone with ADHD move from chaos to control, from frustration to focus, and from struggling to shining. Let's begin. But first of all, click that subscribe button. Like, comment, and share with any student you know or any adult struggling with a disorganized mind. Chapter 1 of the Disorganized Mind is all about understanding ADHD as a condition that affects executive functions like planning, prioritizing, and managing impulses. Ratey begins with a powerful reminder: ADHD isn't a personal failing. It's a neurological condition that affects how you process information and respond to the world. This chapter helps readers see ADHD from a perspective of self-compassion, encouraging them to let go of self-blame and instead approach their minds with curiosity and understanding. Ratey emphasized that self-awareness, rather than self-criticism, is the foundation for developing effective strategies to overcome the challenges of ADHD. Let's dive into the story of Emma and Jake. They both initially saw their ADHD as a frustrating obstacle. They felt ashamed of their difficulties in keeping up with assignments, and they got discouraged by their tendency to forget instructions. This led to anxiety, frustrations, and shame. However, after Emma read Ratey's book, she embraced the concept of the book, which said that ADHD isn't a failure. It's a difference in how you process the world. She learned to accept her mind as it was, and that acceptance gave her the freedom to approach her studies with less guilt and more curiosity. Jake, on the other hand, without help from the book, remained stuck in a cycle of self-blame, frustrated every time he missed a deadline or failed to stay organized. Emma's journey began with a shift in mindset, which, as we will see, was just the first step in a series of changes that led to her transformation. Next, we move into chapter 2, where Ratey talked about building self-awareness, observing patterns, and understanding triggers. She stated that those with ADHD often struggle too. Understand the why behind their behaviors. Ratey emphasizes that building self-awareness is critical for learning to overcome ADHD more effectively, as it helps individuals identify specific triggers, habits, and emotional responses that contribute to challenges in their daily lives. Awareness of your patterns gives you the power to change them. Emma started observing her patterns by using the Observe, Reflect, Adjust exercise. Through this exercise, Emma started keeping a simple journal in which she notes the times she felt most distracted or procrastinated. She realized that she was most distracted after lunch and struggled with focus during late-night study sessions. She began tracking these moments in a journal, noting down when she felt most and least productive. Jake, on the other hand, had not yet identified his triggers. Without knowing that late night studying didn't work for him, he would stay up late trying to catch up, only to feel drained and unproductive the next day. But Emma was learning to work with her natural rhythms, creating a foundation for productive habits. In chapter 3, Ratey introduces time management techniques specifically designed for ADHD minds. Ratey stated that time management is one of the most challenging areas for individuals. With ADHD, she emphasized that ADHD minds experience time differently, often living in a now versus not now world, where future deadlines and appointments can seem abstract and out of reach. For those with ADHD, time can feel slippery and elusive. Tasks and deadlines may feel overwhelming, leading to procrastination or time blindness. The inability to gauge how long tasks will take. Ratey introduces several techniques to make time more concrete, enabling ADHD individuals to stay on track, meet deadlines, and feel a sense of accomplishment in their daily lives. This time management technique was a game changer for Emma because she struggled with completing her assignments on time. She found herself always working under last-minute pressure, which resulted in stress, lower quality work, and missed deadlines. To help Emma visualize time more effectively, Ratey suggests the 15-minute rule as a starting point. By breaking tasks down into 15-minute increments with short breaks in between, Emma could avoid the overwhelming feeling that often paralyzed her at the beginning of a large assignment. Instead of saying, "I need to finish this whole paper today," she can say, "I'll spend just 15 minutes writing the introduction." This method reduced pressure and provided Emma with small, manageable steps she can control, gradually building his momentum. Jake, however, continued to approach his workload as one big, endless list, without a structure that suited his ADHD. He constantly felt overwhelmed and frequently procrastinated. Meanwhile, Emma's 15-minute technique helped her complete her assignments faster and more efficiently, transforming her from a struggling student into an A student. Chapter 4 discusses the importance of creating an environment that minimizes distractions and encourages focus. For individuals with ADHD, the environment can be a catalyst for either focus or distraction. Nancy Ratey emphasizes that your environment can either help you move forward or hold you back, highlighting how the design of a workspace or living area can either fuel productivity or amplify scattered thoughts and distractions. Ratey explains that creating a structured, distraction-free environment helps individuals with ADHD not only accomplish tasks more efficiently, but also feel more at ease, which enhances their overall quality of life. Ratey suggests a process she calls clear to focus, which involves removing any item that isn't directly related to the task at hand. Start by clearing off your desk, leaving only a notebook, pen, and the book or assignment you need to focus on. Ratey advises when your space is clear, your mind has room to think. This shift may feel small, but it creates a visual cue that signals your brain to enter a state of concentration. Emma had no idea that her cluttered bedroom was a part of her distraction. She found out that clutter acts like visual noise, which can overwhelm her ADHD brain. It becomes nearly impossible to focus on reading a history chapter or completing a math assignment when there are so many competing stimuli. Following Ratey's advice, she created a clutter-free study area that's used exclusively for focused tasks. She placed a whiteboard to list her top priorities for each day in her line of sight. These changes in Emma's environment created a structure that made distractions less accessible and helped her focus on her studies. As a result, Emma noticed that she's completed her assignments faster and retained more information than she has ever retained before. This gave her more confidence in her academic abilities. Jake, however, struggled to focus amid a cluttered desk filled with distractions. He didn't have a dedicated study space and would often end up studying with his phone by his side, losing focus. With every notification, Emma's structured environment became her anchor, helping her stay organized and focused. Now let's look at chapter 5, where Ratey emphasizes the importance of realistic goals and accountability. For individuals with ADHD, goal setting can feel overwhelming, especially if they are prone to procrastination or impulsivity. Ratey explains, a goal without structure is just a wish. Setting realistic, concrete goals gives you something tangible to work toward. Emma recognized her goal setting mistakes. She used to set ambitious goals at the beginning of every semester, such as achieving a perfect GPA or finishing assignments weeks in advance. However, without a clear plan, she quickly became overwhelmed and fell behind. Following Ratey's advice, Emma shifted her focus from large, vague goals to smaller, specific objectives. Instead of aiming for a perfect GPA, she began setting small, achievable goals each week, such as finishing 2 chapters by Wednesday and scheduling 30 minutes of review daily. She also partnered with a classmate as an accountability buddy, checking in regularly to keep each other on track. This structure provided Emma with a sense of accomplishment and prevented her from feeling overwhelmed by the larger goal. Jake, however, continued to set vague goals like do better in school and study more, which left him feeling defeated whenever he didn't meet these undefined expectations. Without accountability or clear targets, he lacked the structure he needed to succeed. Chapter 6 is all about emotional regulation and resilience. Ratey explains that ADHD minds can be highly sensitive to emotions, which can lead to impulsive reactions and feelings of frustration, anger, and low self-esteem. ADHD minds are known to feel emotions intensely, which can lead to impulsive reactions or burnout. Ratey introduces strategies for emotional regulation, explaining emotions are natural, it's how you respond to them that matters. Emma learned the pause and breathe technique to manage moments of anxiety during exams or stressful assignments. Instead of letting frustration derail her, she practiced pausing, taking a few deep breaths, and refocusing on her task. Emma practiced taking 3 deep breaths whenever she felt frustrated, which gave her a moment to reset. She found out that this technique helped her stay calm and be more in control of her emotions. Jake, unfortunately, lacked this emotional control. When he faced challenges, he often became frustrated, which would derail his focus and motivation. Emma's ability to manage her emotion helped her remain calm under pressure, a skill that proved invaluable in her academic and later professional life. So, what can we learn from Emma and Jake? The Disorganized Mind shows us that success with ADHD is not only possible, it's achievable with the right strategies. Emma went from struggling student to an A student and eventually became a leader in her career, while Jake continued to face setbacks without the tools to support him. His journey reflects the reality of ADHD when it's left unchecked. A constant cycle of frustration, self-doubt, and missed potential. So whether you're a student trying to improve your grades or a professional seeking growth in your career, the principles from the Disorganized Mind can guide you toward a more organized, empowered, and successful life. Furthermore, if you're a student struggling academically or you feel like you're constantly falling behind, remember this: you are not defined by your challenges. Just like Emma, you have the power to reshape your journey by learning to understand your disorganized mind, also by making small, consistent changes and setting realistic goals. You can take control of your life. ADHD isn't a barrier to success, rather, it's simply a different path. And with the right strategies, it can lead you to a future brighter than you ever imagined. Remember this: the Disorganized Mind isn't just a book, it's a roadmap for anyone who feels they are moving against the current. It's proof that ADHD doesn't have to hold you back. You have everything you need to thrive. It's all about finding the right approach. So, are you ready to start your journey? Are you really ready? If yes, leave a comment in the comment section. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with students who could use a little guidance in their academic journey. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and stay awesome.